There is a strange yet profound secret hidden in the art of manifestation, one that few grasp. Yet it governs all creation. It is this: the moment you truly let go, the thing you seek rushes to you. It is not through force, not through desperate striving, but through the quiet certainty that it is already yours. Consider the seed buried in the earth. The farmer does not dig it up each day to see if it is growing. He does not beg the soil to produce a harvest. He knows with unwavering faith that nature will fulfill its promise. So too must you plant your desires in the rich soil of your imagination and trust that the unseen forces will bring them forth in their perfect time. When you hold on too tightly, you send a message of lack. You declare to the universe that you do not believe in the certainty of your own creation. But when you let go, when you assume its reality and release all need to chase, it must appear. This is the paradox: desire without attachment, belief without grasping. You are not to run after your desires as though they are distant from you. Instead, you are to assume the state of the one who already possesses them. You do not beg for what is already yours. You do not plead for the air you breathe, nor do you chase the sun to ensure it rises. Likewise, you must walk with a quiet confidence that what you have imagined is already unfolding. The moment you stop asking when, how, or if, the unseen forces move mountains on your behalf. What is it that you seek? Wealth, love, success, peace? See it done, feel it as real, and then let go. Trust in the power that governs all things. The instant you release the desperate need to control, you will find it flowing effortlessly into your life. The greatest obstacle to receiving what you desire is the act of chasing it. The more you run after something, the more you confirm to yourself and to the unseen forces that it is missing from your life. You reinforce the belief that you do not already have it, and this very state of wanting keeps it out of reach. True creation does not come from struggle, nor does it arise from desperate attempts to manipulate circumstances. It emerges from a quiet, unshakable knowing, a certainty that what you seek is already yours. When you assume the reality of your desire without anxiety or doubt, you align yourself with the unseen forces that bring all things into being. Imagine a person who longs for love, but constantly obsesses over whether they will ever find it. They search endlessly, analyze every interaction, and feel restless in their solitude. In doing so, they send out the message that love is missing, that it is something external they must pursue. Their very longing pushes it further away because their state of mind is one of lack, not fulfillment. But contrast this with someone who walks through life with the quiet confidence that love is already theirs. They do not chase, they do not grasp. They embody the state of one who is already loved, already whole. And because of this, love flows to them effortlessly. This principle applies to all things: money, success, peace, or any other desire. When you cling to a wish with desperation, you unknowingly affirm its absence. Your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions vibrate at the frequency of, "I do not have this." And so the world reflects that back to you. But when you assume it is already yours, when you feel the reality of it as though it were present now, your world must shift to accommodate this new belief. Consider the nature of breath. You do not hold on to each inhale in fear that there will not be another. You trust the natural rhythm of life, knowing that as soon as you release, the next breath comes effortlessly. This is the same way manifestation works. When you let go of the need to control, to chase, to demand, you create space for the very thing you desire to flow into your experience. People often mistake detachment for indifference, but they are not the same. Detachment does not mean giving up on your desires. It means releasing the fear that they may not come. It means stepping into the state of already having, rather than waiting for an external event to grant it to you. If you desire wealth, do not spend your days lamenting your lack of it. Instead, embody the mindset of abundance. Carry yourself as one who is financially free. Feel gratitude as though it were already yours. This is not about pretending or mere wishful thinking. It is about knowing that creation is finished, that what you have imagined exists in an unseen form and is making its way to you. You do not need to beg for it, chase it, or worry about when it will arrive. You need only to rest in the certainty that it is already yours. When you stop chasing, you become magnetic. When you stop begging, you begin receiving. You must ask yourself, am I living in the state of having or in the state of wanting? Because the state in which you dwell determines the reality you will experience. Shift from longing to knowing, from grasping to allowing. And when you do, you will find that what once seemed distant is suddenly drawn to you with ease. The very act of holding on too tightly to an outcome often pushes it further away. This is the paradox at the heart of creation, the law of reversal. The harder you try to control reality, the more it resists. The more you chase something, the more you affirm that it is not yet yours. But the moment you release, the moment you detach and trust, reality bends in your favor. This is because clinging is rooted in fear. It carries the silent but powerful message that you do not trust life to bring you what is already yours. When you desperately hold on to a desire, watching every sign, analyzing every detail, and fearing its absence, you are not living in the state of having. You are living in the state of lacking. And so, by the very nature of consciousness, lack is what is reflected back to you. Think of water cupped in your hands. If you squeeze too tightly, it slips through your fingers. But when you relax your hands, the water remains. The same is true with anything you desire. The moment you stop forcing, the moment you let go of your grip, what you seek is free to flow toward you. Detachment is not about giving up on your dreams. It is about allowing them to unfold naturally. It is knowing that what is meant for you cannot be lost, and that your desires are not outside of you, but already a part of your unfolding reality. This does not mean you do nothing. It means you assume the state of already having, and from that place actions flow effortlessly. Imagine two individuals. One is obsessed with achieving success, constantly worrying about when and how it will come. They live in a state of tension, overanalyzing every step, fearing that if they relax, everything will fall apart. The other knows their success is inevitable. They move with ease, trusting that their vision is already fulfilled, taking inspired action without desperation. Who do you think will experience success more naturally? The one who trusts, who moves without grasping, who does not let fear dictate their actions. This is the great reversal. When you no longer need something, it comes. When you stop chasing love, it finds you. When you stop worrying about money, opportunities appear. When you release control, life rearranges itself to meet your highest assumption. The unseen forces move in perfect harmony when you stop interfering with doubt and fear. People often resist this truth because they believe effort equals results. They think if they do not push, they will not receive. But true effort is not about struggle. It is about alignment. The strongest force is the one that is centered, unwavering in its certainty. A person who trusts does not rush, does not beg, does not force. They allow. Detachment is the ultimate act of faith. It is the silent confidence that everything is already working in your favor, even if you cannot yet see it. It is the understanding that control is an illusion, and that by letting go, you give space for greater things to unfold. So, what are you gripping too tightly? What fear is making you chase instead of receive? The moment you recognize that clinging repels and detachment attracts, you will step into a new way of being, one where life flows effortlessly toward you, and all that is yours comes with ease. Your imagination is not a mere tool for fantasy. It is the very substance of reality itself. What you consistently hold in your consciousness with certainty must externalize into your world. Every experience you encounter, every condition you face, is nothing more than the outpicturing of what has been impressed upon your inner world. The great mistake many make is believing that the external world is separate from their inner reality, when in truth the world around you is simply a mirror reflecting the state of your consciousness. When you imagine something with conviction, when you feel it as real within you, it must take form. This is not wishful thinking, nor is it a matter of chance. It is law. What is seen originates from what is unseen. Everything you have ever experienced first existed as an unseen reality within the mind of someone, whether consciously or unconsciously. The home you live in, the chair you sit on, the device in your hands, each of these was first an idea, an image held in consciousness before it materialized into the physical world. But here is where so many falter. Instead of holding their desires in imagination with unwavering faith, they beg, they plead, they force, and in doing so they contradict their belief in its presence. The one who begs for something affirms that they do not have it. The one who pleads from a place of desperation declares to themselves and the universe that their desire is separate from them. And the one who forces outcomes through sheer effort is acting from doubt, not faith. These actions only reinforce the very state they wish to escape. Contrast this with the one who understands the power of imagination. They do not beg, for they know it is already theirs. They do not plead, for they feel the reality of their desire within them. They do not force, for they trust the natural unfolding of events. They rest in the assurance that what is real within must become real without. They understand that the unseen world of thought, feeling, and belief is the only true reality, and that the physical world is merely a reflection of it. This is why so many fail to manifest what they want. They imagine for a moment, then quickly fall back into doubt. They look to the outer world for proof before they believe, not realizing that belief must come first. They shift between faith and fear, between certainty and anxiety, and in doing so they create nothing but delay and confusion. But the one who remains steadfast, who assumes the feeling of their wish fulfilled and does not waver, will see their inner vision harden into fact. Imagination requires no external validation. It does not ask for permission. It does not depend on circumstances. The moment you accept something as true in your consciousness, it begins to move toward you. Your only task is to remain loyal to that inner knowing, to refuse to be swayed by appearances, and to persist in the assumption that what you desire is already a living reality within you. So ask yourself, are you living from the state of already having or from the state of lack? Are you imagining with certainty, or are you allowing doubt to erode your vision? The choice is always yours. And the moment you choose to believe in the unseen more than the seen, the moment you stop begging and start knowing, your world will shift to reflect your certainty. It is law. It cannot fail. Manifestation is not about wishing, hoping, or waiting. It is about feeling. Feeling is the gateway through which the unseen becomes seen, through which the formless takes shape. The world around you is nothing more than a reflection of the state of being you occupy, and that state is determined by feeling. When you embody the feeling of already having your desire, manifestation flows effortlessly, for you have aligned yourself with its reality. Most people misunderstand this principle. They believe they must first see evidence in the external world before they can feel a sense of having. They wait for circumstances to change before allowing themselves to feel abundant, loved, successful, or at peace. But this is the great reversal of cause and effect. The outer world does not create your inner state. Your inner state creates the outer world. To manifest what you desire, you must feel it as real before it appears. You must claim it within yourself first, without waiting for permission from reality. Think of the last time you experienced deep joy or love. It was not something external that created the feeling. It was your perception of the experience that generated it. The same applies to manifestation. You are not creating something new. You are selecting an experience from the infinite field of possibilities by dwelling in the feeling of already having it. The moment you shift your state of being, the world begins to rearrange itself in response. But here is where so many stumble. They obsess over how their desire will come. They watch for signs. They analyze every movement of reality. They ask themselves if they are doing enough, and in doing so, they unknowingly affirm that their desire is separate from them, that it is something yet to be attained, rather than something already existing within their consciousness. This attachment to the how only breeds doubt and resistance. The truth is, you do not need to know how. You only need to know that it is done. Imagine a gardener planting a seed. He does not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. He does not worry about how the soil will transform it into a plant. He trusts the process, knowing that as long as he nurtures it, the growth is inevitable. Your desires function the same way. The moment you plant the seed of fulfillment in your imagination, your only task is to rest in the certainty that it is already growing, already unfolding, already on its way. To do this, you must discipline your mind to remain in the state of already having. When doubt creeps in, do not entertain it. When appearances suggest otherwise, do not be swayed. Reality will always reflect your dominant state of being, but there is a delay between assumption and manifestation. This is where most people give up. They waver, they question, they allow external conditions to dictate their belief. But the ones who persist, who remain steadfast in the feeling of already having, are the ones who experience effortless manifestation. It is not enough to visualize a desire, it must be felt. You must breathe it, live it, embody it, as if it were already part of your existence. If you desire wealth, do not focus on the absence of it. Feel the security, the freedom, the ease of already being abundant. If you desire love, do not dwell in loneliness. Feel the warmth, the connection, the joy of already being deeply loved. If you desire success, do not agonize over when it will come. Walk, speak, and think from the knowing that it is already yours. This is not pretense. It is not about acting or pretending. It is about shifting your inner reality so completely that the outer world has no choice but to conform. When you master the art of feeling as if it is done, the struggle ceases. The need to control disappears, and what once seemed distant is drawn to you effortlessly, as naturally as the tide follows the moon. There is a power beyond what the eyes can see, beyond what logic can grasp. It is always at work, orchestrating events, shifting circumstances, and aligning the right people, places, and moments to bring forth what you hold in your consciousness. This is not chance. This is not coincidence. It is the movement of unseen forces responding to the state of being you assume. The moment you release attachment, the moment you stop grasping and start trusting, these forces begin to work in your favor, rearranging reality itself to bring you what is already yours. Most people struggle with this because they rely too much on the physical senses. They believe only in what they can see, hear, and touch. They measure progress by external evidence, constantly checking for signs that their desires are manifesting. But the more they look outward for confirmation, the more they reaffirm their doubt. They unknowingly declare that what they desire is still absent, and so absence is what continues to be reflected in their world. The key to unlocking the power of unseen forces is trust, deep, unwavering trust. When you trust, you no longer need proof. You do not micromanage reality or question whether things are moving. You know they are. Even if nothing seems to be happening, even if circumstances appear unchanged, you remain unshaken. You understand that the visible world is always a step behind the unseen. By the time something materializes, the process has long been underway. Think of planting a seed in the soil. You do not see the roots forming beneath the surface, but you trust that they are growing. You do not stand over the seed in frustration, demanding it to sprout immediately. You allow nature to do its work, knowing that at the right time the plant will break through the surface. This is how unseen forces operate in your life. Once you have set a clear intention, once you have assumed the feeling of already having, your only task is to let go and trust that all things are being arranged for you. Releasing attachment does not mean giving up on your desire. It means no longer needing it to feel complete. It means shifting from desperation to quiet confidence, from anxious waiting to calm knowing. When you release, you create space. You step out of the way and allow the forces of creation to move without interference. You no longer block the flow with doubt, worry, or control. You surrender. Not in weakness, but in certainty. Many have experienced this in moments of surrender. They spend months or years trying to force an outcome, growing frustrated when nothing happens. But the moment they give up, the moment they stop caring so much, things suddenly shift. The job offer comes. The person they longed for reaches out. The opportunity appears as if out of nowhere. Why? Because by letting go, they removed the resistance that was keeping it at bay. The unseen forces were always at work, but their attachment was blocking the flow. Reality is fluid. It is shaped by consciousness, molded by assumption, and directed by trust. When you release attachment, reality bends in your favor. It shifts in ways that seem miraculous, yet are completely natural. The right doors open, often in ways you could not have planned. The people, opportunities, and circumstances you need arrive effortlessly, without struggle. It feels as if life itself is guiding you, and in truth it is. So, do not concern yourself with how things will happen. Do not burden yourself with timelines or worry about whether you are doing enough. Your role is to assume the feeling of already having and to trust the unseen forces to handle the rest. The moment you truly let go, the moment you rest in the knowing that it is done, the universe will move in ways you could never predict, bringing you everything that was always meant to be yours. Receiving is an art, yet most people do not know how to receive. They believe they must fight, struggle, and chase after what they desire, unaware that this very effort pushes it further away. True receiving does not come from force, it comes from alignment. It comes from understanding that what you seek is already seeking you, and the only thing required is to make space for it by letting go of resistance. Detachment is often misunderstood. Many think it means giving up, resigning, or losing interest in their desires. But detachment is not about abandoning what you want. It is about releasing the grip of desperation that keeps it out of reach. It is about shifting from a mindset of lack to one of certainty, from seeking to allowing. When you truly detach, you do not give up on your desires. You simply stop blocking their arrival. Imagine a clenched fist holding onto something tightly. The more force applied, the more tension is created. Nothing can enter that closed grip. But the moment the hand relaxes, it becomes open to receive. This is the energy of detachment. When you let go of grasping, you create space. And in that space, what was once struggling to reach you is finally able to flow in effortlessly. Most people struggle with receiving because they are caught in a cycle of control. They want to dictate how and when things should happen. They analyze, question, and doubt, unknowingly reinforcing the belief that what they want is still absent. They chase their desires, believing that movement equals progress, but chasing only affirms separation. It keeps the thing desired at a distance. The moment you stop chasing is the moment it begins to move toward you. Look at your own life. Think of the times when things seemed to fall into place effortlessly, when the perfect opportunity appeared just when you needed it, when someone you were thinking about suddenly reached out, when a desire you once longed for arrived the moment you stopped worrying about it. These are not coincidences. They are reflections of a deep universal truth, that receiving is a state of being, not an act of doing. To receive, you must trust. Trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. Trust that the unseen forces of creation are arranging everything in divine order. This does not mean sitting idly or doing nothing. It means acting from a place of faith rather than fear. It means embodying the energy of already having rather than waiting for external proof. It means walking as if the desire is fulfilled, speaking as if it is done, and feeling as if it is already yours. If you desire love, do not seek it from a place of loneliness. Feel the presence of love in your life now. If you desire wealth, do not affirm lack by worrying about money. Instead, embody the ease and security of abundance. If you desire success, do not chase after recognition or validation. Live in the knowing that success is already woven into your being. This is the energy of receiving. one of quiet confidence rather than anxious pursuit. The paradox is this: the moment you let go, you make room for what you desire to come in. You stop interfering with the process. You step out of your own way. You move from forcing to flowing, from resisting to allowing. What was once a distant wish transforms into a present reality, not because you pushed for it, but because you aligned with it. So, release the need to chase. Release the need to struggle. Instead, hold the feeling of already having and trust in the timing of the unseen. What you seek is seeking you. Allow it in. Everything you desire is already within reach, not because you must chase it, force it, or struggle for it, but because it is already yours in consciousness. The moment you release attachment, the moment you stop grasping and trust in the unseen forces at work, reality moves in your favor. Clinging repels, detachment attracts. The more you hold on in desperation, the more you affirm its absence. But when you relax into certainty, when you assume the feeling of already having, you create the space for manifestation to flow effortlessly into your life. You do not need to beg, plead, or wonder how it will happen. You need only to rest in the knowing that it is done. What you seek is seeking you, and your only task is to align with it, not through force, but through faith. Let go, trust, and allow. In doing so, you step into the effortless unfolding of everything meant for you. Thank you.
You may believe that time is your greatest obstacle, but I assure you, the creation of your reality is not bound by days or weeks. In 3 days, you can manifest anything you desire, if you learn to command your mind and harness the infinite power within you. The first step is clarity. What do you want? Do not say, I want to be happy, or I want to be rich. Be exact. Define your wish with such clarity that it takes form in your mind. Imagine the end result, not the steps, not the process, but the fulfillment of your desire. Clarity is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Without clarity, the mind becomes a chaotic landscape of scattered desires, conflicting intentions, and half-formed wishes. To manifest anything in life, one must understand that clarity is not just a tool but a prerequisite. It is the precision of thought and intention that channels the boundless creative power within us. Imagine setting out on a journey without a destination. No matter how fast you travel or how long you strive, you will wander aimlessly. Similarly, when your desires are vague or undefined, your energy is dissipated, and the outcome remains elusive. To manifest with clarity, begin by asking yourself one simple question: what do I truly want? It sounds straightforward, but many struggle with this because they confuse fleeting whims with their deeper desires. They might say, I want success or I want love, but these statements lack the specificity needed for the mind to grasp them fully. Success in what? Love with whom? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? The universe responds not to vague ideas, but to vivid, precise visions. When you articulate your desire with absolute clarity, you set a clear intention that acts as a blueprint for creation. Clarity requires stripping away doubts, fears, and societal expectations. Often people are unclear about what they want because they allow external influences to cloud their vision. They desire what they believe they should want rather than what resonates with their true selves. This creates a disconnect between their conscious and subconscious minds, leading to frustration and stagnation. To gain clarity, one must turn inward and listen to the voice of their inner being. Meditate on your desires, journal your thoughts, and refine your vision until it feels authentic and aligned with your soul. When you are clear about your desire, it becomes a magnet. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions naturally align with this vision, drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with it. Clarity eliminates resistance. Without it, you may find yourself oscillating between conflicting thoughts like, I want this, but maybe I should settle for that, or I hope this happens, but what if it doesn't? These contradictions dilute your focus and send mixed signals to the universe. However, when you are unwaveringly clear, your mind becomes a laser beam, cutting through obstacles and illuminating the path to your goal. Visualization is a powerful practice for cultivating clarity. Close your eyes and create a mental picture of your desired outcome. See it in as much detail as possible. Clarity also requires faith. If your goal is a new home, it is not enough to know what you want. You must believe in its inevitability. The scent of fresh paint clouds the mind and weakens your focus on the floors, while the warmth of sunlight your vision and strengthens your resolve. Engage all your senses until the universe feels so real that your intention, genuine emotions, even when you cannot yet see the evidence. This trust allows you to remain clear and unwavering, even in the face of temporary delays or challenges. Many people underestimate the importance of clarity because they are preoccupied with how they fixate on the steps needed to achieve their desire, instead of focusing on the end result. This is a critical mistake. The how is not your concern, it is the domain of the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all creation. Your only task is to define your desire with clarity and hold that vision firmly in your mind. The universe will arrange the circumstances, often in ways you could never predict. Clarity is not a one-time act, it is an ongoing practice. As you grow and evolve, your desires may shift and your vision may require refinement. This is natural. The key is to remain adaptable while staying true to your core intention. Regularly revisit your vision and ensure it still resonates with your deepest desires. If necessary, adjust it without losing sight of its essence. Lastly, clarity breeds confidence. When you are clear about what you want, you move through life with a sense of purpose and direction. Decisions become easier because you have a clear criterion for evaluating your choices. Does this align with my vision? This confidence is magnetic. It inspires others to support you, attracts resources to your cause, and opens doors that once seemed closed. In the realm of manifestation, clarity is the power that transforms thought into reality. It is the unwavering focus that turns dreams into achievements. To manifest anything, begin with clarity. Define your desire with precision, visualize it with intensity, and believe in its inevitability. With clarity, you align your mind, heart, and spirit, creating a harmonious flow of energy that brings your vision to life. In this state, manifestation becomes not only possible, but inevitable. The act of feeling your desire as real is the cornerstone of manifestation. It is not enough to think about what you want or to simply visualize it in your mind. To bring your desires into reality, you must engage your emotions and embody the state of having already achieved them. This principle transcends mere intellectual understanding. It is about immersing yourself so deeply in the imagined experience that it feels indistinguishable from reality. When you feel it as real, you align your inner world with the reality you wish to create, and the outer world begins to conform to this alignment. The key to feeling something as real lies in the power of imagination. Imagination is not a fleeting daydream, it is the creative faculty that shapes your reality. When you close your eyes and enter the scene of your fulfilled desire, you are not merely playing pretend. You are creating a mental blueprint that the universe uses to materialize your vision. The challenge, however, is to make this imagined state feel as vivid and authentic as your current physical reality. To do this, you must engage all your senses. If your desire is to manifest a loving relationship, imagine the warmth of your partner's embrace, the sound of their laughter, the scent of their favorite perfume or cologne, and the joy of their presence. Feel the softness of their hand in yours and hear the words they speak to you. The more detailed and sensory-rich your imagination, the more real it becomes. You are not merely visualizing, you are experiencing. Emotions are the bridge between your imagination and your reality. Thoughts alone are not enough to manifest, they must be infused with the emotional energy that corresponds to your desired outcome. If your wish is to achieve financial abundance, what does that feel like? Does it feel like freedom, security, or joy? Identify the dominant emotion associated with your desire and allow yourself to feel it fully. This emotional state is the signal you send to the universe, and it acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances that match it. One of the most powerful aspects of feeling your desire as real is the way it shifts your identity. When you embody the emotions and state of being of someone who already has what they want, you begin to think, speak, and act differently. You no longer approach life from a place of lack or longing. Instead, you carry yourself with the confidence and certainty of someone who is fulfilled. This change in identity creates a ripple effect in your reality, as the world reflects back to you the version of yourself you have chosen to become. The mind does not differentiate between real and imagined experiences. This is why a vivid dream can evoke genuine emotions, or why recalling a happy memory can make you smile. When you feel your desire as real, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth and begins to work tirelessly to align your external reality with this internal belief. It influences your thoughts, actions, and even the people and opportunities you attract, all in service of making your imagined state a physical reality. Feeling it as real requires more than fleeting moments of imagination. It demands persistence and consistency. Doubts and fears will inevitably arise, especially if your current circumstances seem far removed from your desired outcome. When this happens, return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Practice it daily, even if only for a few minutes. Let it become a habit, a natural part of your inner world. Over time, the imagined state will feel more familiar and comfortable than your current reality, and this is when change begins to happen. Another crucial element of feeling it as real is to avoid focusing on the absence of your desire. Many people sabotage their manifestations by dwelling on the fact that their wish has not yet materialized. This focus on lack generates feelings of frustration, impatience, or doubt, which contradict the emotional state needed to manifest. Instead, act as though your desire is already fulfilled. Celebrate it in your mind, feel gratitude for it, and trust that it is on its way, even if you cannot yet see it. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of the feeling of reality. When you feel grateful for something as though it already exists, you reinforce the belief that it is yours. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, creating a sense of abundance and fulfillment. As you practice gratitude for your desire, you strengthen the emotional connection to your vision and accelerate its manifestation. The final piece of feeling it as real is trust. Trust that the universe is responding to your emotional state, even if there are no immediate signs. Trust that your inner world is the source of your external reality, and that by sustaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are creating the conditions for its inevitable appearance. This trust allows you to detach from the outcome and surrender the how and when, knowing that the process is already in motion. To feel it as real is to live in the state of your wish fulfilled before it manifests. It is to embrace the emotions, thoughts, and identity of someone who already has what they desire. By doing so, you transform your inner world, and your outer world follows suit. This is not a passive act, but an active and deliberate practice of creation, one that holds the power to reshape your reality and bring your dreams to life. The principle of focus over force is a profound realization that achieving your desires is not about struggling or exerting brute strength, but rather about the precision of your attention and the power of your intention. Force is an exhausting endeavor, often rooted in fear, desperation, or the belief that we must push against obstacles to get what we want. Focus, on the other hand, is calm, deliberate, and deeply aligned with the flow of creation. It allows you to harness your energy efficiently and direct it toward your goals without resistance or unnecessary effort. To understand the difference, consider how water carves through stone. It does not force its way through with sheer might. Instead, it flows consistently, guided by its path. Over time, its focused movement shapes the rock, achieving what force could never accomplish. This is the essence of focus. When you apply your attention with clarity and consistency, you align with the natural rhythms of life, allowing circumstances to shift and unfold in your favor. Focus begins with clarity. You cannot direct your energy effectively if you are uncertain about what you truly want. When your mind is scattered, jumping from one idea to another, you dilute your power. It is like trying to light a fire with a magnifying glass, but constantly moving it around the heat never concentrates enough to ignite the flame. To manifest your desires, you must choose one goal, one vision, and commit your attention fully to it. This unwavering focus acts as a beacon, drawing the elements necessary for its fulfillment. Force, by contrast, often emerges from a place of lack or impatience. It is driven by the belief that you must control every detail, manipulate outcomes, or fight against resistance. This approach creates tension, both within yourself and in your external reality. The more you force, the more obstacles seem to appear, as though the universe is reflecting back the chaotic energy you are emitting. Force depletes your energy, leaving you frustrated and disconnected from the ease that is available when you shift to focus. When you focus, you cultivate a state of calm assurance. You trust in the power of your intention and the process of creation. This trust allows you to release the need to micromanage or overanalyze. Instead of chasing after your desire or trying to make it happen through sheer willpower, you hold the vision of your goal clearly in your mind and allow the natural flow of life to guide you. This does not mean you do nothing. It means that your actions are inspired rather than forced. They come from a place of alignment, where effort feels effortless and progress unfolds naturally. The art of focus involves more than just thinking about your desire. It requires feeling it as real and maintaining that emotional state consistently. When you focus on what you want with belief and intention, you generate a powerful vibration that attracts matching circumstances. However, when you approach your desire with force, your energy is often tinged with doubt, fear, or frustration. These emotions create resistance and block the manifestation process. Focus, by contrast, is free of resistance because it is rooted in trust and clarity. One of the greatest challenges is learning to let go of the urge to force outcomes. This requires patience and the ability to remain centered even when progress seems slow or invisible. The temptation to push harder often arises from a lack of faith in the process. But true power lies in maintaining your focus, even in the face of uncertainty. When you trust that your energy and attention are enough to set the wheels of creation in motion, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of force and struggle. Another important aspect of focus is the ability to say no to distractions. Distractions come in many forms: doubt, fear, the opinions of others, or even competing desires. Each time you allow your attention to wander, you dilute the energy available for your primary goal. Discipline your mind to return to your vision whenever it strays. This is not about forcing yourself to focus, but about gently guiding your thoughts back to where they need to be. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and your focus becomes a steady flame rather than a flickering spark. Focus also requires alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you think about your desire but feel doubt, or act in ways that contradict it, you create internal conflict. To truly focus, you must align all aspects of yourself with your goal. Think thoughts that support your vision, feel the emotions of having already achieved it, and take actions that reflect your belief in its inevitability. This alignment amplifies your energy and accelerates the manifestation process. Focus over force is about surrender. Surrender is not giving up, it is releasing the need to control and allowing the universe to handle the details. When you force, you limit the possibilities by trying to dictate how and when your desire will appear. But when you focus, you open yourself to infinite ways your goal can be achieved, often in ways far better than you could have imagined. Surrendering allows you to move with the current rather than against it, conserving your energy and ensuring a smoother journey. In life, it is not the one who works the hardest or pushes the most who succeeds, but the one who masters the art of focus. By shifting your energy from force to focus, you transform your approach to manifestation. You become like the steady stream of water, flowing effortlessly toward your goal, carving a path with grace and persistence. In this state, you unlock the true power within you and align with the boundless potential of creation. The state of the wish fulfilled is the key to unlocking the life you desire. It is not a matter of hoping, wishing, or waiting for your dreams to come true. It is about assuming that what you desire is already yours. When you embody the state of the wish fulfilled, you align yourself with the energy and reality of your desired outcome, allowing it to materialize effortlessly. This state is a powerful shift in consciousness that bridges the gap between imagination and reality, making the unseen seen. To live in the state of the wish fulfilled, you must first recognize that all creation begins within. The outer world is merely a reflection of your inner world, a mirror of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. When you internalize the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you project that certainty outward, and the world begins to rearrange itself to match your internal state. This is not magic, it is the natural law of creation at work. Assuming the state of the wish fulfilled begins with imagination. Imagination is the tool through which you create your desired reality. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire, you are not merely daydreaming, you are laying the foundation for that reality to manifest. Imagine with all your senses, as though you are already experiencing what you desire. If your wish is to live in abundance, feel the joy of financial freedom, see the numbers in your bank account, hear the affirmations of success from others, and taste the fruits of your labor. The more real the experience in your mind, the more powerfully it imprints on your subconscious mind. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When you consistently dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as truth and begins to shape your actions, thoughts, and circumstances to align with this new reality. This is why it is critical to persist in this state, even if your current circumstances suggest otherwise. Doubts and fears are natural, but they must not dominate your mental space. Each time you catch yourself slipping into disbelief or focusing on lack, gently guide your thoughts back to the fulfillment of your desire. Feelings are the bridge between imagination and manifestation. To assume the state of the wish fulfilled, you must feel as though your desire is already accomplished. Emotions such as joy, gratitude, and relief are powerful signals to the universe that you are aligned with your desired reality. For instance, if your wish is to find a loving relationship, feel the warmth and happiness of being with your ideal partner. Embrace the emotions that come with your wish as though they are already part of your life. This emotional alignment accelerates the process of manifestation. Living in the state of the wish fulfilled also requires a shift in identity. You must see yourself as the person who already has what you desire. Speak, think, and act in ways that reflect this new identity. If your wish is to achieve success in your career, carry yourself with the confidence and mindset of someone who has already reached that level of achievement. This shift in self-perception is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about stepping into the truth of your potential and aligning with the version of yourself who has already succeeded. Faith plays a vital role in sustaining the state of the wish fulfilled. Faith is the unwavering belief that your desire is already yours, even when external evidence has not yet appeared. It is the conviction that the unseen is as real as the seen, and that your inner state has the power to shape your outer world. Faith allows you to let go of the how and when of manifestation, trusting that the universe will orchestrate the details in perfect timing. Gratitude is another essential aspect of living in this state. When you feel grateful for your desire as though it has already manifested, you amplify the energy of fulfillment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and reinforces the belief that your wish is already accomplished. By cultivating a sense of gratitude, you anchor yourself in the emotional state of having, rather than wanting. Persistence is key. The state of the wish fulfilled must become your dominant state of being. It is not enough to visit this state occasionally or when it feels convenient. You must dwell in it consistently, allowing it to permeate your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Each time you choose to align with the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you strengthen the connection between your inner and outer worlds. Surrender is essential. Surrender does not mean giving up on your desire, it means releasing the need to control the outcome. When you dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, trust that the universe is working on your behalf. Detach from the specifics of how your desire will manifest, and focus instead on maintaining the feeling of fulfillment. This surrender creates space for the universe to bring your desire to you in ways that may surpass your expectations. The state of the wish fulfilled is not about longing or striving, but about being. It is about embodying the reality of your desire so completely that it becomes inevitable. When you live in this state, you transcend doubt and fear, aligning yourself with the flow of creation. Your wish is no longer a distant dream, it is a present reality, waiting to unfold in your experience. Detachment and trust are two foundational pillars of manifesting your desires, and together they create a harmonious relationship between intention and allowing. Detachment is the art of releasing the need to control or obsess over the outcome, while trust is the unwavering belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. When practiced together, detachment and trust free you from the burden of worry and impatience, creating a state of flow where manifestation unfolds naturally. At the heart of detachment lies the understanding that clinging to a desire creates resistance. When you hold on to something too tightly, whether it's a relationship, a goal, or an outcome, you inadvertently signal fear and doubt to the universe. This fear is rooted in the belief that if you let go, the desire may not come to fruition. However, this very attachment can block the energy of manifestation, much like a clenched fist cannot receive a gift. Detachment is not about giving up, it is about releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that the process is unfolding perfectly. Trust is what makes detachment possible. It is the quiet confidence that the universe, or the higher power you believe in, is working behind the scenes to bring your desire to life. Trust requires faith in the unseen and the willingness to let go of the how and when. This does not mean you stop caring about your desire or take no action. It means you act with the assurance that everything is aligning in your favor, even if the path is not immediately visible. Trust allows you to focus on the present moment, knowing that your future is secure. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy. On the contrary, it is a state of deep inner peace that comes from knowing you have done your part by setting your intention and that the rest will be taken care of. When you detach, you free yourself from the anxiety of waiting and the frustration of not seeing immediate results. You shift your energy from lack to abundance, from wanting to having. This shift creates a powerful alignment that accelerates the manifestation process. The paradox of detachment is that it often brings your desires to you more quickly. When you let go of the need for something, you stop chasing it energetically. In that moment of release, you allow space for the universe to deliver what you have asked for. It's like planting a seed once you've done the work of planting it in fertile soil. You don't need to dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that with time, sunlight, and water, the seed will sprout and flourish. Similarly, detachment allows your desires to grow without interference. Trust is not always easy, especially in the face of uncertainty. It requires patience and a willingness to surrender to the unknown. However, trust is not blind faith, it is a deep inner, knowing that your desires are valid and that the universe is abundant enough to fulfill them. Trust means believing in your own worthiness and the infinite possibilities available to you. It is the antidote to doubt and fear, providing a solid foundation upon which your manifestations can take root. One of the keys to practicing detachment and trust is to focus on the feeling of having your desire, rather than the lack of it. When you dwell on what you don't have or obsess over why it hasn't arrived yet, you amplify the energy of lack, pushing your desire further away. But when you shift your focus to gratitude for what you already have, and the joy of knowing your desire is on its way, you align yourself with the vibration of fulfillment. This alignment creates a magnetic pull that draws your desire closer. Detachment also allows you to remain open to the infinite ways your desire can manifest. When you are too fixated on a specific outcome or method, you limit the universe's ability to deliver. Trust involves surrendering to the idea that the universe may have a better plan than the one you've imagined. By releasing the need to control every detail, you invite unexpected blessings and opportunities that align with your highest good. To cultivate detachment and trust, practice mindfulness and presence. When your mind wanders into worry or doubt, bring it back to the present moment. Remind yourself that everything is unfolding in perfect timing, even if you cannot see it yet. Meditate, visualize, or affirm your trust in the process. These practices help anchor you in a state of calm confidence, allowing you to detach from the outcome without losing sight of your intention. Remember that detachment and trust are acts of self-love. They free you from the stress of overthinking and the pressure of forcing results, giving you the peace and clarity to enjoy the journey. When you detach and trust, you affirm your belief in your own power to create and the universe's ability to deliver. This balance of intention and surrender is the secret to manifesting effortlessly, turning your desires into reality while maintaining a sense of inner harmony. By letting go of the need to control and trusting in the process, you create a powerful state of alignment where your desires can flow to you naturally. Detachment and trust are not weaknesses but strengths, reflecting your deep connection to the infinite creative power within you. Gratitude is a transformative energy that accelerates manifestation by aligning you with the frequency of abundance and fulfillment. It is not merely an act of saying thank you for the blessings you already have, but a powerful emotional state that bridges the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. Gratitude focuses your mind on abundance rather than lack, signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive even more. When you embody gratitude, you shift your energy from wanting to having. This shift is crucial because the energy of wanting inherently acknowledges that something is missing from your life. In contrast, gratitude vibrates with the feeling of fulfillment, as though your desires have already been realized. This emotional alignment is the key to manifestation, as it matches the frequency of what you wish to attract. By feeling grateful for your desires as if they are already yours, you draw them closer with greater speed and ease. Gratitude works because it changes your focus. Instead of dwelling on what you lack or what has yet to come, you direct your attention to what is already present in your life. This creates a sense of completeness, a belief that you are already blessed, and that more blessings are on their way. The law of attraction responds to this energy, mirroring back experiences that confirm your sense of abundance. What you focus on expands, and when you focus on gratitude, you expand the flow of good things into your life. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to dissolve resistance. Resistance occurs when you doubt, fear, or obsess over your desires, creating a barrier between you and what you want to manifest. Gratitude, however, neutralizes these negative emotions. It calms the mind, eases anxiety, and fosters trust in the process. When you are genuinely grateful, you are not worrying about whether your desires will manifest. You already feel as though they have. This state of surrender and faith removes the energetic blocks that can delay manifestation. Gratitude also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Manifestation is not about waiting for the future to bring your desires, but about embodying the feeling of already having them now. When you practice gratitude, you anchor yourself in the now, appreciating the blessings that already surround you. This presence allows you to access the creative power of your imagination and emotions, which are the true drivers of manifestation. The more present and grateful you are, the more aligned you become with the flow of creation. A daily practice of gratitude amplifies its effects. Begin each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for, whether they are small joys or significant milestones. As you write or think about them, feel the emotion of gratitude deeply. Let it fill your heart with warmth and appreciation. This simple habit trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, creating a momentum of gratitude that carries throughout your day. Over time, you will notice that your perspective shifts, and you begin to see opportunities and blessings that were previously overlooked. Gratitude also has the power to transform challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, gratitude allows you to see them as stepping stones or lessons that guide you toward your desires. When you approach difficulties with gratitude, you shift your energy from frustration to acceptance, opening the door for solutions and breakthroughs. Gratitude turns every experience, whether pleasant or challenging, into an opportunity for growth and alignment with your goals. The magic of gratitude lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You do not need any external tools or conditions to practice it. It is entirely within your control. Whether you are walking, working, or meditating, you can pause at any moment to feel grateful for something in your life. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until gratitude becomes your default state of being. This consistent energy of appreciation creates a powerful magnetism that draws your desires into reality. Gratitude also enhances your relationships, which can indirectly support your manifestations. When you express genuine appreciation for the people in your life, you deepen your connections and create an environment of mutual positivity and support. These harmonious relationships elevate your overall energy and contribute to your sense of well-being, making it easier to align with your desires. Another profound aspect of gratitude is its ability to expand your vision. As you practice gratitude for what you have, you begin to realize how much is already available to you. This realization shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing you to dream bigger and aim higher. Gratitude dissolves limiting beliefs and opens your mind to the infinite possibilities that the universe holds. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of being. It is a recognition of the abundance that already exists within and around you. When you live in a state of gratitude, you become a powerful creator of your reality, effortlessly attracting experiences that reflect your inner state. Gratitude is the fuel that accelerates manifestation, turning your desires into tangible results while nurturing a deep sense of peace and joy in the process. By making gratitude a central part of your manifestation practice, you align yourself with the flow of abundance and step into the life you desire with grace and ease. Gratitude is the bridge between intention and realization, the key to unlocking the limitless potential of the universe. It transforms every moment into an opportunity to celebrate and every desire into a certainty waiting to unfold. Persistence without doubt is the cornerstone of successful manifestation, anchoring your desires firmly in the realm of possibility until they materialize. It is the unwavering commitment to your vision, no matter how much time passes or what external circumstances suggest. Manifestation is not always instantaneous. It requires steady belief and the resilience to hold your focus even when the evidence of your desire is not yet visible. Persisting without doubt ensures that your energy remains aligned with your intention, allowing the creative forces of the universe to bring your desire into reality. Doubt is one of the most significant obstacles to manifestation. When you allow doubt to creep into your thoughts, you disrupt the vibrational alignment necessary to bring your desire into being. Doubt is a signal of disbelief, a vibration that contradicts the very outcome you seek. It acts like static interference, blocking the clear communication between your intention and the universal energy that responds to it. To persist without doubt, you must train your mind to remain focused on the feeling of already having what you desire, no matter what temporary setbacks or challenges arise. Persistence is not about forcing or struggling, it is about maintaining a calm, confident belief in the inevitability of your desired outcome. It is a state of faith, a quiet assurance that what you seek is already yours in the unseen realm and is on its way to manifesting in your physical reality. This faith is strengthened by consistent visualization, affirmations, and the practice of embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. When you persist with unwavering belief, you align your energy with the frequency of your desire, creating a magnetic pull that draws it toward you. The key to persisting without doubt lies in managing your inner dialogue. Your thoughts are the building blocks of your reality, and they must align with the vision you hold. When doubt arises, as it inevitably will in moments of uncertainty, it is essential to address it immediately. Replace doubtful thoughts with affirmations of confidence and trust. Remind yourself of past instances where persistence led to success, reinforcing your belief in the process. Every time you choose faith over doubt, you strengthen your ability to manifest. Persistence also requires patience, as the timing of manifestation is often beyond our control. The universe operates in its own perfect timing, aligning circumstances and events in ways that may not be immediately apparent to us. This is why it is crucial to detach from the when and how of your manifestation and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Patience is not passive, it is an active state of maintaining your belief and continuing to take inspired action while leaving room for the universe to do its part. Visualization is a powerful tool to reinforce persistence. By consistently imagining your desired outcome with vivid detail and emotional intensity, you create a mental blueprint that the universe can work with. Visualization keeps your focus sharp and your energy aligned, even in the face of external challenges. The more real and compelling your vision feels to you, the easier it becomes to persist without wavering. Make your visualization sessions a daily ritual, immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire. Another aspect of persistence is gratitude, which anchors you in the vibration of abundance. When you are grateful for what you have and for what is coming, you affirm your trust in the process. Gratitude transforms waiting into a joyful anticipation, allowing you to persist with a sense of peace rather than frustration. It shifts your focus from lack to fulfillment, reinforcing your belief that your desires are already on their way. Persistence without doubt also requires self-discipline, particularly in controlling your emotional reactions. The journey of manifestation may include moments of disappointment, where things seem to be moving in the opposite direction of your desire. In these moments, it is vital to remain steadfast, refusing to let temporary circumstances dictate your inner state. Understand that setbacks are often part of the process, serving as opportunities for growth or as signals to refine your focus. View them as stepping stones rather than obstacles, and use them to strengthen your resolve. Faith is the foundation of persistence. It is the knowing that even if you cannot see the path ahead, it exists and will reveal itself in time. Faith allows you to persist without needing constant validation from external circumstances. It is the assurance that the power within you is greater than any challenge or delay you may face. Cultivating this faith requires practice, but with time it becomes an unshakable part of your being, empowering you to persist with confidence and clarity. To persist without doubt, embrace the process of becoming the person who already has what you desire. Live from the end, embodying the thoughts, feelings, and actions of someone who has achieved their goal. This embodiment strengthens your belief and aligns your energy with the reality you wish to create. Each day, act as if your manifestation is already complete, and let this conviction guide your decisions and interactions. Persistence without doubt is an act of self-love and self-trust. It is a declaration of your worthiness and your power to create the life you envision. By holding steadfastly to your vision and trusting in the process, you allow the universe to work in harmony with your intention, bringing your desires into being with precision and grace. Through persistence, you become a co-creator of your reality, turning your dreams into tangible experiences. In conclusion, manifestation is not merely about desiring, it is about aligning yourself wholly with the reality you wish to create. By embracing clarity, feeling your desires as real, focusing over forcing, embodying the state of the wish fulfilled, detaching with trust, cultivating gratitude, and persisting without doubt, you unlock the incredible power within you to manifest your dreams. This process is a journey of self-discovery, trust, and unwavering faith. It teaches you to look beyond appearances, to believe in the unseen, and to step into your creative power with confidence. As you practice these principles, remember that your inner world is the true source of your external reality. When you align your mind, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome, the universe cannot help but respond in kind. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas and for committing to your growth and empowerment. May your journey be filled with joy, abundance, and the fulfillment of all your heart's desires. Keep believing, keep persisting, and remember the life you dream of is already yours. Manifestation is not a fragmented process. You are not bound by time, space, or any limitation when you align your inner world with your desires. The power within you is infinite and knows no boundaries. Clarity of desire is the cornerstone of all manifestation. To bring forth what you want into your reality, you must first understand exactly what it is that you desire. This may seem simple, but in truth, it requires profound introspection and an unwavering commitment to self-awareness. Most people move through life with vague wants, scattered thoughts, and conflicting wishes. They say, I want success, I want love, or I want happiness, but these are not clear desires, they are mere shadows of clarity, too ambiguous to draw the power of creation to them. Clarity is not just knowing what you want, it is the complete embodiment of your vision, as if it were already true. Another vital aspect of clarity is specificity. You must paint your desire with the vivid strokes of imagination. It is not enough to say, "I want a new home." Instead, envision every detail: the color of the walls, the warmth of the sunlight streaming through the windows, the feeling of the soft carpet under your feet. Live within that vision, as though it is your present reality. The clearer your image, the more power it holds. Vagueness dilutes your energy, while specificity sharpens your focus, drawing the unseen forces of creation toward you like a magnet. Clarity also involves prioritization. When you try to manifest multiple things at once, it's easy to become overwhelmed. But clarity allows you to see how each desire fits into the greater whole of your life. It's not about choosing one thing over another. It's about recognizing how all your desires can coexist harmoniously. This requires trust in your inner guidance. Sometimes the journey to one desire opens doors to others you hadn't even imagined. Clarity does not mean rigidity, it means trusting that the essence of what you seek is always working to align with you, even if the form it takes surprises you. It is also essential to let go of external influences when defining your desires. Too often, people shape their wants based on what they believe they should want or what society expects of them. But these are not true desires, they are borrowed dreams, and they carry no creative power. The clarity you seek must come from within. Sit with yourself in silence and listen to the whispers of your heart. Ask yourself, is this what I truly want? Or is it what I've been told to want? When your desire is authentic, it will resonate with a deep sense of peace and certainty. Clarity requires consistency. Your vision must remain steady, unshaken by the changing circumstances of the external world. Doubts will arise and obstacles may appear, but they are only distractions. Clarity acts as your anchor, keeping you grounded in the truth of what you desire. When you hold a clear image of your goal, you send a powerful signal to the universe. But when you waver, your energy becomes scattered, and the manifestation process slows. Clarity is a living practice. It is not something you define once and then forget. As you grow and evolve, so too will your desires. This is not a sign of failure, but of expansion. Allow yourself the freedom to refine your vision. Each time you return to your desires, you deepen your understanding of them, and in doing so, you bring them closer to you. Clarity of desire is the foundation upon which all manifestation is built. It is the light that guides you through the shadows of doubt and the storms of uncertainty. When you know with absolute certainty what you want and hold that vision firmly in your mind and heart, you set into motion forces beyond your comprehension. The world begins to shift, opportunities arise, and your desires take shape in ways you could never have planned. Clarity is the act of claiming your power as a creator, and with it, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Unified feeling is the secret language through which desires are transformed into reality. It is not enough to think about what you want, nor is it sufficient to visualize it vividly if your feelings remain fragmented or disconnected. The power to manifest lies in aligning your emotional state with the reality you wish to create, allowing all your desires to exist harmoniously within you. Unified feeling bridges the gap between your inner world and the external reality, creating a seamless flow of energy that brings your desires into being. When we speak of unified feeling, we are referring to the profound sense of fulfillment that comes from embodying the emotional state of having already achieved everything you desire. This feeling is not something you hope for or look forward to, it is a reality you step into now. Imagine holding the simultaneous joy, peace, and certainty of living the life you dream of. That feeling becomes your compass, your guide, and the very foundation of your manifestation practice. Many people struggle to manifest because their feelings are divided. They may think positively about one goal while doubting another. They might feel excited about love but anxious about finances, or confident about health but uncertain about career success. These conflicting emotions create resistance. It is as if you are trying to sail in two directions at once, pulling against yourself rather than moving forward. Unified feeling eliminates this resistance by aligning all aspects of your emotional state into one cohesive vibration. To cultivate a unified feeling, you must first identify and release any inner conflicts. Take time to reflect on your desires and notice where doubts, fears, or insecurities arise. Do you feel unworthy of a particular goal? Do you worry about how achieving one desire might affect another? These hidden tensions must be resolved before your emotional state can harmonize. By addressing these inner conflicts, you create space for your feelings to align and strengthen your manifestation power. Next, immerse yourself in the feeling of fulfillment. This requires more than surface-level positivity. It demands that you embody the emotions of your desired reality fully and completely. Close your eyes and imagine your life as if every desire has already been fulfilled. What does it feel like to wake up in the home you've always wanted, surrounded by the people you love, enjoying perfect health and boundless success? Let those feelings wash over you. Feel the gratitude, joy, and peace as though they are real now, not someday, but in this moment. Unified feeling also requires consistency. It is not enough to feel aligned for a few moments or even a few days. You must carry that emotional state with you, allowing it to infuse every aspect of your life. This does not mean ignoring challenges or suppressing negative emotions. Rather, it means returning to the feeling of fulfillment whenever you are pulled off course. Treat it as your emotional home, the place you return to whenever doubt or fear arises. One of the most powerful tools for cultivating unified feeling is gratitude. Gratitude anchors you in the present moment while simultaneously affirming the reality of your desires. When you express gratitude for something as though it has already been received, you align your emotions with the reality you wish to create. This act of gratitude reinforces your belief in the unseen and strengthens your emotional alignment. The unified feeling also involves trust. It requires you to let go of the how and the when, and instead focus solely on the what. Trust that the path to your desires will unfold perfectly, even if it defies logic or expectation. When you hold a unified feeling, you are not concerned with the mechanics of manifestation. You simply know with unwavering certainty that what you desire is already yours. This trust amplifies the power of your feelings, creating a magnetic force that draws your desires to you effortlessly. Unified feeling is not limited to one desire at a time. You are capable of holding the emotional state of multiple fulfilled desires simultaneously. Think of your feelings as a symphony, with each desire adding a unique note to the harmony. As you practice aligning your emotions, you will find that it becomes easier to hold this multifaceted feeling without strain or confusion. Instead of fragmenting your energy, you consolidate it into a single, powerful vibration that resonates with the totality of your dreams. Unified feeling is the embodiment of living in the end, the state of knowing that what you seek is already yours. It is a state of alignment, trust, and profound peace. When you master this emotional state, you unlock the ability to manifest not just one desire, but a life filled with abundance, joy, and fulfillment. This feeling becomes your greatest ally, guiding you effortlessly toward the life you were always meant to live. To manifest through unified feeling is to step into the truth of your being. It is to realize that you are not separate from your desires, but one with them. You are the creator of your reality, and your emotions are the tools through which that creation takes place. Embrace the power of unified feeling, and watch as your world transforms to reflect the fullness of your inner state. The world we live in is filled with distractions. From the moment we wake, our minds are bombarded with thoughts, worries, opinions, and external demands. This mental clutter keeps us tethered to the surface of life, unable to access the deeper, more profound layers of our consciousness. Manifestation requires clarity and focus, but these cannot coexist with mental chaos. Inner silence is the antidote. It is the practice of turning inward, away from the noise, and entering the stillness where creation begins. To cultivate inner silence, you must first become aware of the thoughts that dominate your mind. Most people live in a state of unconscious mental activity, their thoughts running on autopilot. These thoughts often reflect fear, doubt, or limitation, creating resistance to their desires. The practice of inner silence allows you to observe these thoughts without attachment, letting them pass like clouds in the sky. By not engaging with them, you begin to quiet the mind and create a space for clarity and intention. Inner silence is not about forcing the mind to be still. It is about allowing stillness to emerge naturally. Forcing creates resistance, but allowing invites ease. Begin by finding a quiet place where you can sit undisturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, letting your body relax. As you settle, notice the thoughts that arise. Do not judge or resist them, simply observe. Over time, as you continue this practice, the flow of thoughts will slow, and you will begin to experience the stillness beneath them. In this stillness, you connect with the creative power within you. It is in moments of inner silence that your desires take root. When the mind is quiet, you can direct your focus with precision and clarity. This is the state in which visualization becomes most effective. Imagine your desired reality in vivid detail, holding the image in the stillness of your mind. Without the interference of doubt or distraction, this image becomes imprinted upon your consciousness, setting the manifestation process into motion. The power of inner silence extends beyond manifestation. It transforms your relationship with the world. When you practice silence, you become less reactive to external circumstances. The noise of the world no longer dictates your inner state. You move through life with a sense of calm and assurance, knowing that your reality is shaped from within, not imposed from without. This inner peace becomes a foundation for everything you create. Inner silence is also the key to receiving guidance and inspiration. When the mind is noisy, it is difficult to hear the subtle whispers of intuition. But in silence, you open yourself to receive. Ideas, solutions, and insights flow effortlessly, often in ways that surpass your conscious understanding. This guidance aligns you with the path to your desires, making the process of manifestation smoother and more harmonious. It is important to remember that inner silence is not an escape from life, it is an immersion into its deepest reality. It does not mean withdrawing from the world, but rather engaging with it from a place of stillness and power. In silence, you align with your true nature, the part of you that is infinite and boundless. From this state, you act not from fear or lack, but from abundance and certainty. Inner silence is a practice, not a destination. It is something you return to again and again, each time deepening your connection to it. Even in moments of chaos, you can find pockets of stillness within yourself. These moments, however brief, hold immense power. They remind you that you are not the noise of your thoughts or the circumstances of your life, you are the stillness that lies beneath it all. As you integrate inner silence into your life, you will notice profound changes. Your desires will manifest more effortlessly, your mind will become clearer, and your sense of peace will grow. The stillness you cultivate within will radiate outward, transforming not only your inner world but also the reality around you. Inner silence is the space where all creation begins. It is the ground from which your dreams grow and the sanctuary where your true power resides. Imagination is the most potent tool for creating the life you desire. It is the bridge between the unseen world of your thoughts and the tangible reality of your experiences. Every invention, innovation, and masterpiece began in the realm of imagination before it found expression in the physical world. It is not merely a fleeting daydream or idle fantasy, but the core faculty through which you shape your existence. Your imagination is the workshop of your mind, where you mold and refine the blueprint of your life. The power of imagination lies in its ability to transcend limitations. Unlike the analytical mind, which operates within the boundaries of what is known and logical, imagination ventures into the infinite. It sees possibilities where the logical mind sees obstacles. It allows you to experience a future reality as vividly as the present moment, collapsing the gap between desire and fulfillment. In imagination, time and space dissolve, and you step into the realm of creation, where all things are possible. The process begins with clarity. To use imagination as a tool for manifestation, you must know what you want. Vague or conflicting desires yield scattered results. Instead, choose a single, clear vision and focus your imagination on it. Close your eyes and picture yourself already living the life you desire. Engage all your senses, see the details, hear the sounds, feel the emotions, and even smell the scents of this new reality. Make it as real and vivid as possible, as though you are no longer imagining but truly experiencing. Imagination is not about escaping reality, it is about creating it. When you imagine your desired outcome with conviction, you are not merely indulging in fantasy. You are planting the seeds of your future in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Each time you return to this mental image, you water those seeds, nurturing them until they grow into tangible experiences. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagined and actual events. When you imagine with feeling and repetition, the subconscious accepts it as fact and works to align your external reality with this internal truth. Feelings are the lifeblood of imagination. A mental picture without emotional engagement is like a seed without water. It remains dormant and unproductive. When you imagine, it is crucial to feel as though your desire is already fulfilled. Allow the emotions of joy, gratitude, and satisfaction to arise naturally as you immerse yourself in the vision. These feelings amplify the power of your imagination, infusing it with the energy needed to bring your desires to life. Imagination also demands faith. To imagine is to trust in the unseen, to believe in the reality of what is not yet visible. Faith is the anchor that keeps you rooted in your vision, even when the outer world gives no indication of change. It is the quiet assurance that what you have imagined is already in the process of becoming. This faith transforms imagination from mere visualization into a creative act of power. Imagination does not operate in isolation, it works in harmony with your beliefs and actions. As you imagine your desired reality, notice any resistance or limiting beliefs that arise. These are opportunities to realign your subconscious mind. Replace doubts with affirmations of faith, and align your actions with the reality you are creating. When your imagination, beliefs, and actions are in harmony, manifestation becomes effortless. Imagination is the key to conscious creation. It is the faculty that enables you to shape your world from the inside out, turning intangible dreams into tangible realities. When used with clarity, feeling, persistence, and faith, imagination becomes the most powerful force in your life. It is the canvas upon which you paint your desires, the soil in which you plant your dreams, and the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you wish to be. At the heart of faith lies conviction. It is a state of certainty that what you seek already exists, even if there is no tangible proof to support it. This conviction does not waver in the face of doubt or contradiction. It is rooted in the understanding that reality is shaped from within. Faith is not blind optimism, but an active choice to trust in the power of creation that operates through you. It acknowledges that while logic can guide you in practical matters, it is the unseen forces, your beliefs, intentions, and imagination that truly shape your destiny. Faith beyond logic requires you to release the need for control. The mind often demands answers, timelines, and guarantees, clinging to the familiar territory of logic. But faith asks you to surrender this need, to trust in a higher order that operates beyond the mind's comprehension. It is in this surrender that you open yourself to miracles. When you let go of the how and focus instead on the what, you create space for unseen pathways and opportunities to emerge. Faith is the willingness to walk forward, not because you see the entire path, but because you trust that the next step will reveal itself. Doubt is the greatest obstacle to faith. It is the voice of the logical mind, questioning, analyzing, and often dismissing what cannot be proven. While doubt may arise, faith beyond logic does not engage with it. It does not argue or seek validation, it simply persists. Faith is the still, quiet assurance that remains steady in the face of doubt. It is the unwavering belief that no matter how things appear, your desires are already on their way to fulfillment. This kind of faith also requires patience. Logic often demands immediate results, measuring progress by external outcomes. Faith, however, operates on a different timeline, one that is not bound by human constraints. It trusts that the process of manifestation unfolds perfectly, even if it appears slow or uncertain. Patience is not passive waiting, it is an active state of trust, knowing that every moment brings you closer to your desires. It is the calm assurance that the seeds you have planted will bear fruit in their own time. Faith beyond logic is not limited to grand ambitions or extraordinary circumstances. It applies to every aspect of life, from the simplest desires to the most profound transformations. It is the power that sustains you through challenges, the light that guides you through uncertainty, and the strength that carries you forward when logic suggests giving up. It is a daily practice, a commitment to trust in the unseen forces that work on your behalf. This faith is transformative. It shifts your focus from external circumstances to your inner state, reminding you that the world reflects your beliefs, not the other way around. It empowers you to live with purpose and intention, unshaken by temporary setbacks or appearances. When you cultivate faith beyond logic, you become a co-creator of your reality, tapping into the infinite potential within you. Faith is not about denying logic, but recognizing that logic alone cannot encompass the fullness of life. It is the willingness to believe in what is yet to be seen, to trust in the power that moves mountains and manifests dreams. Faith beyond logic is the bridge between the possible and the impossible, the key to creating a life that surpasses even your greatest expectations. Gratitude as completion is the recognition that everything you desire has already been fulfilled, even before it manifests in the physical world. It is the understanding that gratitude is not simply a reaction to receiving, but a powerful force that aligns you with the fullness of your desires. To be truly grateful is to feel complete in the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. It is an acknowledgement that everything you need is already available to you, not as a future event, but as an eternal truth. At its core, gratitude as completion is the deep knowing that the universe is always working in your favor. This perspective shifts your mindset from one of lack or desire to one of abundance and fulfillment. Instead of waiting for the manifestation of your desires to feel grateful, you express gratitude in advance, as if your desires have already been realized. This act of gratitude serves as a signal to the universe that you are in alignment with your highest good, creating the space for your desires to flow into your life with ease. This kind of gratitude is transformative because it moves beyond mere acknowledgement of what you have received and into a state of complete acceptance. When you feel grateful for what you already have, you affirm that you are whole, complete, and worthy in this very moment. You no longer define yourself by what you lack or by what has not yet come into being, but by the truth that you are already whole. This shift in perception is what allows you to experience your desires in the present, and not merely in some distant future when they arrive. Gratitude as completion is a powerful tool for manifestation because it activates the feeling of having, which is the key to attracting what you desire. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. When you feel grateful as though your desires have already been fulfilled, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. This energy then draws to you the circumstances, opportunities, and people that reflect the very thing you are grateful for. In essence, gratitude becomes a magnet for your desires, pulling them into your experience with effortless precision. Feeling gratitude as completion also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Instead of focusing on what is missing or what needs to change, you immerse yourself in the beauty of now. In this state of presence, you are able to recognize the subtle blessings that already exist around you. Gratitude for the present moment shifts your awareness from future aspirations to the richness of the current experience. It fosters a sense of peace, contentment, and wholeness that becomes the foundation for further manifestation. This process of feeling grateful in advance, as though your desires are already fulfilled, creates a powerful emotional charge. It is the emotional charge that breathes life into your desires, making them tangible in your experience. The more you focus on this feeling of gratitude, the more real it becomes in your life. You begin to notice synchronicities, opportunities, and small miracles that confirm that what you desire is already on its way. Gratitude as completion eliminates the waiting period between desire and manifestation, allowing you to feel as though your desires are already part of your reality. By consistently practicing gratitude as completion, you begin to reshape your beliefs about what is possible for you. You stop waiting for things to change in order to feel fulfilled, and you begin to experience fulfillment in the here and now. Your outer circumstances are no longer the determining factor of your happiness or sense of completeness. Rather, it is your inner state of gratitude that shapes your reality. The more you embody this feeling of completion, the more you attract experiences that reflect this state of wholeness. Gratitude as completion is a reminder that everything you desire already exists in the infinite realm of possibility. It is your awareness and ability to align with this truth that activates its manifestation in your life. When you practice gratitude from a place of completion, you are not merely waiting for something to happen. You are fully embracing the present moment, knowing that what you seek is already here, just waiting for you to recognize it. This practice also deepens your trust in the process of life. It is a declaration that you trust the universe to provide for you, that you trust in the timing of your desires, and that you trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Gratitude as completion is the highest form of trust because it acknowledges that everything is already perfect, even when it is not yet visible in your external reality. Gratitude as completion is the realization that you are already whole, and that all of life's abundance is available to you in every moment. It is the practice of stepping into the fullness of your desires as if they have already been realized. When you live from this place of gratitude, you create the conditions for your desires to manifest effortlessly and with ease. In this state of gratitude, you experience the profound truth that you are already complete and that everything you seek is already yours. In conclusion, the journey of manifesting multiple things at once, or any desire for that matter, begins with understanding and embodying key principles that align your inner world with the outer reality. By cultivating clarity of desire, embracing a unified feeling, and finding peace in inner silence, you allow your imagination to lead you to the life you seek. Faith beyond logic and gratitude as completion serve as the essential ingredients that will propel you toward your dreams, reinforcing the belief that everything you desire is already yours in the unseen. When you act from this state of alignment, you will notice the synchronicity and effortless flow of manifestation in every aspect of your life. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share these thoughts with you. May you walk forward in the unwavering belief that all things are possible when you align with your true essence. Keep the faith, trust the process, and always express gratitude, for in these actions lies the key to manifesting the life you desire. This practice may seem subtle, but its effects are profound. By assuming the feeling of fulfillment, you align yourself with the frequency of your desire. You become a magnet for the experiences and opportunities that match your emotional state. Over time, what once seemed like a distant dream becomes a natural part of your life. As you move through each day, remind yourself of this truth: what you feel, you attract. The feelings you cultivate within are the blueprint for your reality. Live in the end, assume the joy of having, and watch as the world reshapes itself to mirror your inner state. The power is yours. The time is now. Assume the feeling of fulfillment and step into the life you were always meant to live. Focus, not frenzy. In a world that constantly demands more of us, more action, more effort, more hustle, the power of focus often gets overshadowed by the frenzy of busyness. But true transformation, real success, and profound fulfillment are not born from chaos. They are cultivated in the quiet clarity of focused intention. To manifest your desires, you must learn to quiet the noise, dismiss the distractions, and center your energy on a single point of creation. Frenzy is an enemy of manifestation. When you act in a state of frenzy, scattered, overwhelmed, and impatient, you dissipate your energy. You may take 1,000 actions, but if they lack alignment, they yield little progress. It is like trying to fill a glass of water by spraying a garden hose wildly. Most of the water is lost. Frenzy often comes from fear, from the belief that if you do not do everything at once, your desire will never materialize. But this fear is an illusion. True power lies not in doing more, but in doing what matters with unwavering focus. Focus, on the other hand, is the art of directing your energy with precision. It is the ability to prioritize what aligns with your goals and to let go of what does not serve your higher purpose. When you focus, your actions become purposeful and your efforts are magnified. It is like using a magnifying glass to concentrate sunlight until it ignites a flame. That flame is your manifestation, born from the intensity of your focus. To cultivate focus, start by becoming clear about what you truly desire. Clarity is the foundation of focus. If your vision is vague or your goals are scattered, your energy will follow suit. Take time to define your desire in detail. Ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? How will it feel when I achieve it? The more specific and emotionally connected you are to your desire, the easier it becomes to focus on it. Once you are clear, eliminate distractions. Distractions are the thieves of progress. They can be external, such as unnecessary obligations, social media, or the opinions of others. Or they can be internal, such as doubts, fears, or conflicting desires. To focus, you must be willing to say no to others, to irrelevant tasks, and even to the part of yourself that resists change. Create an environment, both physically and mentally, that supports your vision. The practice of focus requires patience. Manifestation is not instantaneous, it unfolds in perfect timing. Frenzy comes from the mistaken belief that rushing will bring results faster, but haste disrupts the natural flow of creation. Focus, on the other hand, allows you to trust the process. When you focus, you plant a seed in the fertile soil of intention. You water it with faith, nourish it with action, and trust that it will grow in its own time. A vital component of focus is faith. Faith is the antidote to frenzy. When you trust that your desire is already in the process of becoming, you can focus calmly and confidently. You no longer feel the need to force or control every detail. Instead, you align with the flow of life, knowing that your focused intention is enough to set the wheels of manifestation in motion. To strengthen your focus, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness brings your awareness to the present moment, where your power lies. It helps you to recognize when your thoughts stray toward worry or doubt and gently brings them back to your goal. Visualization is another powerful tool. Spend time each day imagining your desire as already fulfilled, feeling the emotions of achievement. This mental focus creates a clear signal to the universe, amplifying your ability to manifest. As you focus on your goal, let go of the frenzy of how and when. The how is not your concern, it is the universe's domain. Your task is to focus on the what and the why. The when is irrelevant because you trust that your desire is already on its way. The more you release control, the more space you create for the miraculous to unfold. Remember, focus is not about working harder or longer, it is about working smarter and with alignment. It is about channeling your energy into what matters most and letting go of everything else. As you master focus, you will find that what once felt like a distant dream becomes an inevitable reality. End each day with a moment of reflection. Ask yourself, did I focus on what truly matters today? If not, forgive yourself and resolve to do better tomorrow. The power of focus lies in its consistency. Day by day, moment by moment, it reshapes your reality. Choose focus over frenzy and watch as your desires come into being with grace and ease. Alignment with faith is the foundation of effortless manifestation. It is the harmonious union of belief and trust, where your thoughts, emotions, and actions are synchronized with the divine flow of life. Faith is not merely hope or passive waiting, it is an active state of inner conviction, a deep knowing that what you desire is not only possible but already on its way. When you align with faith, you transcend doubt, fear, and uncertainty, stepping into a realm where miracles unfold naturally. Faith begins within. It is a choice to trust in the unseen, to believe in the infinite potential of the universe, and to know that you are a co-creator of your reality. When you align with faith, you declare, I trust that my desires are valid and will be fulfilled in perfect timing. This declaration shifts your energy from striving to allowing, from resistance to receptivity. It creates a fertile ground for your manifestations to take root and grow. Alignment requires clarity. To align with faith, you must first be clear about what you desire. Vagueness breeds doubt, but clarity strengthens belief. Take time to identify your intentions. What do you want to create, experience, or become? Visualize it with vivid detail and allow yourself to feel the emotions of already having it. This emotional alignment bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Faith is not blind, it is informed by inner wisdom. While logic may seek evidence in the physical world, faith draws its strength from the unseen. It trusts in the deeper currents of life, in the divine intelligence that orchestrates all things. When you align with faith, you let go of the need to control every detail. You surrender the how to the universe, knowing that it has infinite ways of bringing your desire into reality. A key aspect of alignment is releasing resistance. Resistance arises from doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. It shows up as self-sabotage, procrastination, or an over-reliance on external validation. To align with faith, you must identify and dissolve these barriers. Replace doubts with affirmations of certainty. Instead of saying, "I hope it happens," declare, "It is already mine." Instead of fearing failure, trust that every experience is guiding you closer to your goal. Faith thrives in the present moment. Alignment is not about yearning for a future outcome. It is about embodying the feeling of your desire right now. Live as though your wish is already fulfilled. Speak, think, and act from the perspective of the person who has achieved their dreams. When you align with the energy of fulfillment, you become a vibrational match to your desire, drawing it into your reality effortlessly. Patience is a companion to faith. While your manifestations may not appear instantly, faith assures you that they are on their way. Trust the process. The universe works in divine timing, orchestrating events and opportunities beyond your comprehension. Impatience disrupts alignment, but patience keeps you steady, allowing the natural unfolding of your desire. Gratitude is a powerful tool for alignment. When you express gratitude for what you already have and for what is on its way, you affirm your faith in the universe's abundance. Gratitude amplifies your vibration, creating a magnetic field that attracts more blessings into your life. Begin and end each day with gratitude, and watch as your faith deepens and your alignment strengthens. Faith also requires inspired action. While faith trusts in the unseen, it does not mean passivity. Alignment with faith calls for action that aligns with your goals and intentions. Take steps toward your desires, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of joy and confidence. Each action, no matter how small, is a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Let go of outcomes. True faith does not cling to a specific result or timeline. It trusts that whatever unfolds is for your highest good. Release attachment and rest in the knowing that you are guided, supported, and loved by the universe. As you align with faith, you will notice a shift. Life flows more easily, synchronicities abound, and opportunities appear effortlessly. Challenges become stepping stones, and doubts lose their grip on you. You become a magnet for the life you desire, radiating confidence, peace, and joy. In closing, remember, this alignment with faith is not about striving to make things happen. It is about allowing them to happen through trust and belief. Faith is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Align with it and watch as the universe conspires in your favor, delivering blessings beyond what you could ever imagine. Trust the process, stay aligned, and let faith be your guiding light. Gratitude before receiving is one of the most powerful principles of manifestation. It is the art of expressing thanks not only for what you already have, but also for the blessings that are yet to come. This act of preemptive gratitude aligns your energy with the reality you desire, creating a magnetic field that draws your dreams into your experience. By giving thanks in advance, you declare to the universe, "I trust in your abundance, and I know my desires are already fulfilled." When you express gratitude before receiving, you step into the state of already having. This shift in perspective is crucial, because manifestation responds not to your wishes or hopes, but to your state of being. If you feel lack, you will manifest more lack. If you feel abundance, you will attract more abundance. Gratitude is the emotional signature of abundance, and when you embody it, you become a vibrational match to your desires. To practice gratitude before receiving, begin by envisioning your desire as already fulfilled. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life you dream of, surrounded by the manifestations you seek. Feel the emotions of joy, relief, and excitement as if it has already happened. Then, from that place of emotional fulfillment, speak words of gratitude. "Thank you for this blessing. Thank you for the abundance in my life. Thank you for making my dreams a reality. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. Even if your desire has not yet appeared, gratitude allows you to recognize the abundance already surrounding you. This shift in focus is transformative. It breaks the cycle of longing and replaces it with appreciation, which is a far more potent energy for creation. The universe responds to your gratitude by giving you more reasons to be grateful. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is its ability to dissolve resistance. Often we unconsciously resist our desires through doubt, fear, or impatience. Gratitude bypasses these lower vibrations, aligning you with the flow of life. It is a way of saying, I release my worries and trust in the divine timing of my life. This surrender creates a space for miracles to occur. Gratitude before receiving also cultivates a sense of worthiness. Many people struggle to manifest their desires because deep down, they do not feel deserving of them. By giving thanks in advance, you affirm your worthiness. You say to yourself and the universe, I am worthy of this blessing, and I welcome it into my life. This declaration of worthiness is a powerful catalyst for manifestation. Practicing gratitude daily reinforces this alignment. Begin each morning and end each evening with a moment of thanks. Write down or speak aloud the things you are grateful for, including those you have not yet received. For example, I am grateful for my thriving career, even if you are still seeking that opportunity. Over time, this practice rewires your mind to focus on abundance and possibility rather than lack and limitation. It is also essential to let go of attachment to specific outcomes. Gratitude before receiving does not mean dictating how or when your desires will arrive. It means trusting that the universe knows the best way to bring your blessings to you. Release the need for control and rest in the assurance that everything is unfolding perfectly. Still, as you embrace gratitude before receiving, you will notice a transformation in your life. Doors that once seemed closed will open effortlessly. Opportunities will appear as if by magic. You will feel a sense of peace and certainty, knowing that the universe is working in your favor. Remember that gratitude is not just an act, it is a state of being. It is the language of abundance, the expression of faith, and the key to unlocking your heart's desires. By giving thanks before you receive, you demonstrate trust in the infinite possibilities of the universe. You align yourself with the flow of creation and invite miracles into your life. Live each day in gratitude and watch as the world reflects your inner abundance. Everything you seek is already on its way to you. Thank it, welcome it, and receive it with open arms. Letting go and trusting is one of the most liberating and transformative practices in manifesting your desires. It is the art of releasing attachment to the outcome, surrendering control over the how and when, and placing unwavering trust in the universe's wisdom and timing. To let go and trust is not to give up on your desires, but to release the need to force them into being. It is a declaration of faith, a deep knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Another challenge to letting go is impatience. When you obsess over when your desire will arrive, you disrupt the natural flow of creation. Patience is a form of trust. It says, I know my desire is on its way, and I am willing to wait for it to unfold in perfect timing. Trusting the process means finding joy in the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. Letting go and trusting also involves releasing the need for constant action. While inspired action is essential, action fueled by anxiety can signal to the universe that you do not trust the process. Instead, align yourself with calm and confident energy. Take action from a place of clarity and joy, not from a place of desperation or fear. The beauty of letting go and trusting lies in the peace it brings. When you release control, you free yourself from stress, anxiety, and overanalysis. You step into a state of flow where life becomes easier, and opportunities present themselves effortlessly. Trust transforms waiting into anticipation, struggle into ease, and fear into love. Beloved listener, know this: the spoken word is not mere sound, but the vibration of creation itself. Every word you release carries with it the essence of what you desire or fear. You must choose your words carefully, For they are not just fleeting moments of expression, they are the architects of your reality. The power of spoken words. The spoken word is one of the most profound tools available to humanity. It is not merely a way to communicate, it is a channel of creation, a force that shapes the reality we inhabit. Words carry vibrations, and these vibrations resonate not only in the physical world, but also in the unseen realms of energy and consciousness. To understand the power of spoken words is to unlock the ability to consciously mold your life. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. When spoken with conviction, it is imbued with energy that attracts its likeness. Words do not vanish into thin air, they echo in the fabric of reality, calling forth experiences that align with their essence. Positive, empowering words pave the way for growth, abundance, and joy, while negative or careless words can create obstacles and suffering. But spoken words do not operate in isolation. Their power comes alive when paired with intention and belief. For instance, consider the simple phrase, "I am worthy," if spoken passively or without emotion. The phrase may pass without effect. However, when declared with deep conviction and feeling, "I am worthy" becomes a declaration of truth. It vibrates through your being, aligning your subconscious mind with this reality. This alignment sends a signal to the universe, which reflects this newfound belief in the form of opportunities, relationships, and experiences that affirm your worthiness. To wield the power of words effectively, you must first become conscious of your speech. Too often people speak without realizing the energy their words carry. They utter phrases like "I can't," "it's too hard," or "I'll never succeed." Not knowing, these statements become self-fulfilling prophecies. Every time you say, "I am tired" or "I am unlucky," you are reinforcing that state of being. You are affirming limitation, binding yourself to a narrative that diminishes your potential. Instead, practice speaking words that elevate and empower. Use affirmations that declare your strength, abundance, and success. Say, "I am strong, I am abundant, I am capable of achieving anything I desire." Speak these words, even if your current circumstances seem to contradict them. The spoken word is not bound by the present, it reaches into the future to shape what will come. By affirming what you desire, you are planting the seeds of a new reality. Equally important is the emotional energy behind your words. Words without feeling are like seeds scattered on barren ground. They lack the nourishment needed to grow. When you speak with emotion, be it joy, gratitude, or determination, you breathe life into your words. You amplify their vibration, making them more potent and effective. Feeling is the magnetic force that draws your spoken words into manifestation. There is also immense power in silence after speech. Once you have spoken your desire, trust the process. Too often people undermine their declarations by doubting or overanalyzing. For example, after affirming, "I am wealthy," they might think, "But how? I have so many bills." This contradiction dilutes the power of their words. Speak once, and then let the energy of your words carry their weight. Trust that what you have declared is already on its way. The act of speaking words with intention is not just about manifesting material desires, it is about transforming your inner world. When you affirm love, peace, and abundance, you align with these states of being. Your reality becomes a reflection of the words you habitually speak. Over time, this practice rewires your subconscious mind, creating lasting change from the inside out. To harness the power of spoken words, begin by becoming mindful of your daily speech. Replace self-defeating language with empowering declarations. Speak words that affirm your highest potential, and pair them with emotions that match the reality you wish to create. Remember, your words are not empty sounds, they are creative forces. With each phrase you utter, you shape the world around you. As you close your eyes tonight, let your final words be an affirmation of gratitude and faith. Whisper to yourself, "Thank you for the blessings I already have, and thank you for the blessings on their way." In doing so, you align your energy with the infinite possibilities of creation. Speak with intention, and watch as your words transform your life. For truly, the power to create your reality lies in the words you choose to speak. The feeling of fulfillment is the bridge between desire and manifestation. It is the sacred space where what you wish for becomes what you experience. To assume the feeling of fulfillment is to live as though your desire is already a reality. It is not about wishing or hoping, it is about embodying the state of having already received. This principle holds the key to transforming your inner world and, in turn, shaping your external reality. Everything you desire, be it love, wealth, success, or peace, carries with it a unique emotional signature. This emotional state is what your heart truly longs for, more than the object or circumstance itself. For example, when you desire financial freedom, the deeper yearning may be for the feeling of security, ease, and abundance. When you wish for love, you seek the feelings of connection, joy, and belonging. Understanding this is vital, for the universe responds not to the words you speak or the actions you take, but to the vibration of your emotions. To assume the feeling of fulfillment, you must align yourself emotionally with the state you wish to experience. Imagine your desire is already achieved. Picture yourself living the life you long for and ask yourself, how does it feel? Is it a sense of relief, joy, or pride? Is it peace or excitement? Once you identify this feeling, allow it to permeate your being. Carry it with you as though it is your natural state. This practice is not about fooling yourself or pretending in a shallow sense. It is about tapping into the infinite creative power within you. When you assume the feeling of fulfillment, you are training your subconscious mind to accept this new reality as truth. The subconscious mind, the seat of all manifestations, does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. If you consistently hold the feeling of already having what you desire, your subconscious mind will work tirelessly to bring it into your experience. Consider the power of imagination in this process. Your imagination is a tool of creation, a workshop where new realities are born. To assume the feeling of fulfillment, close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself in the scene of your desire. If you wish for a new home, visualize walking through its rooms, touching its walls, and feeling the comfort of being there. If you long for love, imagine the warmth of a loving embrace and the joy of shared laughter. Engage all your senses, see it, hear it, touch it, and most importantly, feel it. But assuming the feeling is not just a mental exercise, it is a way of being. Your thoughts, words, and actions must align with this new state. You cannot say, I am wealthy, while harboring feelings of lack or acting from a place of scarcity. To assume fulfillment means to think, speak, and act in harmony with the reality you desire. It requires you to live as though you are already the person who has what you want. The resistance may arise, especially if your current reality starkly contrasts with your desired state. This is natural. Doubts and fears are part of the human experience, but they do not have to control you. When such thoughts appear, gently return to the feeling of fulfillment. Remind yourself that the outer world is a reflection of your inner state, and by changing your inner world, you will inevitably change the outer. Gratitude is a powerful ally in this process. When you feel gratitude for something you have not yet seen with your eyes, you affirm its reality in the unseen. Gratitude signals to the universe that you trust in its infinite abundance and that you are ready to receive. As you assume the feeling of fulfillment, let gratitude saturate your heart, amplifying your vibration and drawing your desire closer.